Lee Min-ho, I'm Not There. Esquire Korea September 2021 cover issue. From Boys Over Flowers 2009 to Pachinko 2021. The Chronicle of Lee Min-ho. Things that Lee Min-ho didn't say. What Lee Min-ho wants to show now. Esquire Korea magazine with the headline of I Am Not There, featuring Lee Min-ho as their cover for September 2021 issue number 312. Lee Min-ho is considered one of the most good-looking actors of the Hallyu wave. Over the years he still retains a great influence throughout Asia. The factor that contributes a lot to his success is certainly his masculine, handsome, and prince-like appearance. At the age of over 30, the actor still maintains his mature, gorgeous appearance, even becoming more and more stylish. Lee Min-ho sported stunning looks in his first pictorial as Louis Vuitton's watches and jewelry ambassador. In the latest issue of Esquire magazine, the actor shared his plans for his YouTube channel, Lee Min-ho Film, his thoughts on his evolution as an actor, and more. From Boys Over Flower to Pachinko. Let's tackle about the interview with question and answer portion of the magazine. Let's check some of it. First question. You appeared in the MBC documentary DMC The Wild with no guarantee. I think there are parts of that move that I understand now. Maybe Lee Min-ho has always wanted to create something new and test his possibilities? Lee Min-ho answered quickie. I don't think there was anything like that. Then the interviewee said, oh, right? Lee Min-ho replied, at that time, I just personally liked documentaries very much, so I thought that if there was a good project, I would definitely like to participate. Unfortunately, the documentary team did not have a budget, so it was conducted with no guarantees. It is still the same now. I just have good people around me. And since I have been working in the field for over 10 years, I have had the opportunity to work on something, so I personally satisfy myself with that. I'm going to make something new. I'm going to get ahead, I don't think so. The second question is, there is absolutely no compulsion to try something new. Lee Min-ho replied, rather, it is always in my main job. As an actor, there is always the compulsion to come up with something different, something that I have never seen before, something newer. Rather, it seems to be going the opposite way in other areas. On the third question, I think I heard that there was that aspect to the reason why you chose the role of Gohan Su in the drama Pachinko. Lee Min-ho said, once I'm in my mid-30s, I think I'm pursuing the real thing now. Otherwise I can't agree, so it's getting harder and harder. The selection criteria for reading the script, the resulting video, and what I am doing in it. Now it's hard if it's not real. So, while I was having a lot of trouble, I was offered an audition for Pachinko, and I was convinced when I read the script. If it is this work, I can really try it. I want to try it. I auditioned like that, so I think it went well again. We're on the fourth question. I think there must have been some pressure to audition for an actor the size of Min-ho? Lee Min-ho quote this one with this. First of all, I didn't think of that at the time. In the car on the way to the audition, the thought suddenly occurred to me. No, wait a minute. If I go to an audition and fail, will there be rumors? Sir, you must have misunderstood this? Just like that, more than just that, when I read the script, something happened inside of me. It was a complex feeling. I thought it would be new to take a view of Korea through the eyes of foreign people. In terms of filming the history of our country with foreign capital at such a cost. It is, should I do this? I felt that way. Rather. Because the original novel has received worldwide attention in terms of its message. Pachinko is a work that deals with the discrimination experienced by Koreans living in Japan and their descendants, who moved to Japan during the Japanese colonial period and made a living. It is more burdensome. Could it have been? Lee Min-ho answered. But, as I said in the video interview earlier, there is something like, if you do, you will do it. Once plugged in, those things don't matter. If I'm stuck, I have to do it anyway, and if I do, I think I'll try my best to match my eye level as much as possible. There are things that I think about later. And on the 6th, I don't think you've played a lot of villains in the past. Although Ho Jun-jae in the drama Legend of the Blue Sea was a con artist, he had an image like Robin Hood. And Jong-dae in the movie Gangnam 1970 was an anti-hero, but he was a warm-hearted character with a family cause behind his ambitions? Lee Min-ho quickly replied with this. Yes. Since I've been playing a character in a good position for over 10 years, I think it's time for me to be more attracted to a role in the bad position. Even when I look at the original work, I find villains more attractive. If it's a meaningful villain, of course I want to do it anytime. Actually, the people I work with have said a lot to me. I think characters like villains and murderers would suit you really well. I don't know why. The 7th question is, I think you know what, when Jong-dae was riding his motorcycle in a burgundy leather blouson and shouting, "All I run is my land." There was an aspect that made me imagine what it would have been like if that character had gone crazy in this chaos. Lee Min-ho said, "That's right. I don't think I ever described Jong-dae as a crazy person." Lee Min-ho at that time. Even then, I expressed myself at the highest level, but there was something more responsible than that. In fact, Lee Min-ho in his 20s lived with a lot of sense of responsibility, and I think he had that kind of responsibility in the movie as well. Through the character of Jong-dae. If I were to play Jong-dae again, I think I would start acting like a completely crazy person from that point on. If Lee Min-ho now expresses himself, he seems to be able to cast off responsibility and draw a bell that leads to evil. Next question is, actually, I'm sorry that I couldn't read the novel Pachinko. I heard that you shouldn't talk about the work a lot in the interview. What about Gohan Su's character? Judging from the synopsis, it seems that he is a character on the vague line between evil and good. Lee Min-ho answered, Han Su is a person who feels like evil to anyone. He's a villain. But he's still a villain who keeps his eyes on him. Looking at the circumstances, I can understand why it had to be like that. But I think he's a character who comes up with the word bad guy nonetheless. Did you accidentally connect the questions in an exquisite way? So Min-ho in Pachinko is very much expected? Lee Min-ho just laughed on this question. Then the interviewee asked again. The interview about Lee Gon in the previous work The King, Eternal Monarch was also impressive. I said, if there is an image of a prince riding a white horse, let's go to the end. Actually, before the drama Boys Over Flowers, I always played the role of a poor person. In Boys Over Flowers, I played the rich man for the first time. But that was not a choice I made because I wanted to get a certain image. I was just desperate at the time, and I wanted to get a chance to be a lead role, so I auditioned and passed. I accidentally got that image. As I did the drama The Heirs, that image doubled again. Next question is, At that time, you was chasing an opportunity, and it all happened to be an image of wealth? Lee Min-ho quickly said, yes. To be honest, even for boys over flowers. I thought it was a really bad outfit for me. Because I wasn't really living well. I remember thinking about how to look like a chaebol and thinking about how to use chopsticks again. But anyway, I got that image, and after living like that for 10 years, I came to know it again. Not everyone can have such an image. So I thought it might be okay to put an end to that image before it's too late and let it go. That's when I met the king, eternal monarch. Personally, I was thinking of graduating from the role of prince on a white horse with that work. Lastly, graduated. There are no more such roles in Lee Min-ho's career? Lee Min-ho replied, I did it in my 20s and I did it in my 30s. Even in your late 30s or 40s, you can tell a fairy tale love story. But the texture will be a little different. There are stories that are more realistic and suitable for that age group. Whether it's a desperate love, or a love that heals each other's pain. There is no longer a story where the female protagonist appears and saves whenever she is in trouble. Because the main characters don't often face such a crisis when they get older, and these days, women also help men. Even if we talk about love, I think it will go like that. The full version of Lee Min-ho's pictorial and interview can be found in the September issue of Esquire.